Brad's buzzed.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he's starting with the woots. And now a speech.
I just want to say that friendship is about heart and brain. Who's with me?
Good thing is, he knows when he's buzzed.
And my brain is saying, when it's time to go home, somebody call me a ride.
Love that guy.
Me too.
Know your buzzed warning signs? Call for a ride when it's time to go home. Buzz driving is drunk driving. A message from NHTSA and the Ad Council.
I'm Howard Mackler, founder of Innovation Refunds. You've heard me talking about the payroll tax refund for months. If you own a business, even if you've asked your CPA about this, you owe it to yourself to take another look. We provide a licensed and insured tax attorney who evaluates your company at my expense to determine eligibility. Businesses of all types can qualify, so go to getrefunds.com to potentially get a payroll tax refund of up to $26,000 per employee. Download the Innovation Refunds app or go to getrefunds.com, getrefunds.com.
Getting underway today, the trial of the man accused in the deadliest anti-Semitic attack in American history. Robert Bowers is accused of killing 11 people at a Pittsburgh synagogue in a rampage 4.5 years ago. The Texas State Senate now set to hold the impeachment trial of Attorney General Ken Paxton no later than the end of August. He is facing charges of fraud.
This is Jim Ryan. In Paxton's home county of Collin, north of Dallas,
we cannot continue on with this.
Supporters of the staunch conservative rallied on Monday. And while all 5 Republican House representatives from Collin County voted to impeach him, backers of the 3-term Attorney General see it as a political lynching.
The people have to stand up against tyranny.
Paxton, who spoke at the rally that preceded the January 6th insurrection, also has the backing of former President Donald Trump. Jim Ryan, ABC News, Dallas.
2 championship series are now set.
The Heat stop the Celtics in Boston and make history themselves. They become just the second 8th seed ever to make the NBA Finals.
The call on ESPN Radio after the Heat beat Boston in Game 7. They will face the Denver Nuggets. And the Florida Panthers now know who they will face in the Stanley Cup Final.
Mario, he scores! Set up by William Karlsson. 6-0 Golden Knights.
That is how the game would end on KKGK, with Las Vegas beating Dallas in 6 games. This is ABC News.
Here's a message just for the attorneys out there. So you passed the bar, joined a firm, or even built your own. Now are you finding out that you're doing more administration than actual law practice? Lexicon can help. Lexicon is a legal technology provider with over a decade of experience streamlining administrative tasks like timekeeping, billing, and more, so you can focus on maximizing billable hours and increasing client satisfaction. Call 855-4LEXICON or visit lexiconservices.com/go to learn more.
I'm Sherry Preston, ABC News.
Does that old tractor or lawnmower have more electrical tape or duct tape holding it together than you want to admit? Well, maybe it's time to see Phil Sheehan and his staff at NC Tractor for a new Massey Ferguson tractor or mower. Massey Ferguson is a company that's been around for over 175 years. That says a lot about a company. And paired with Phil Sheehan, who's been in business for over 25 years, that says a lot about his Phil and his staff. Knowledgeable about their product, and they stand behind every sale. Massey Ferguson is the last tractor you'll ever need. NC Tractor, a dependable and reliable company that'll be there after the sale. NC Tractor on Railroad Avenue in Rutherfordton.
Hey, this is Cameron coming to you from the Blue Room with a check-in on your weather. Today's partly cloudy with scattered showers, the highs near 75. Partly cloudy overnight with scattered showers, the lows around 60. Tuesday, partly cloudy with chance of storms, the highs near 80. Partly cloudy overnight with chance of storms, the lows around 60. Wednesday, partly cloudy with scattered showers, the highs near 80. Partly cloudy overnight with lows around 60. Heading into Thursday, partly cloudy with scattered showers, the highs near 85. And that's a check-in on your weather here on 100.9 FM, 590 AM, WCAB, Rutherfordton. Welcome to All Things Rutherford, here on 100.9 FM, 590 AM, WCAB, Rutherfordton. Now here's your host, Todd and Tracy.
Well, good Tuesday morning to you, Tracy.
Good morning, Todd. How are you?
Where have you been?
Well, I have been celebrating for the last 3 days for Memorial Day. Did you have a good Memorial Day?
I did.
Good.
Did absolutely nothing.
I didn't either. I watched several memorial things on TV, and I watched these bands, military bands that played, and they were beautiful.
Oh, yeah. I think Turner Classic Movies hit on the the old war movies.
Oh,
and I kept
yeah.
it there all weekend.
Oh, yeah.
So-
I love those too.
Well, I love watching those. 7 minutes after 7 o'clock on this Tuesday morning. Great to have you here with us on this Tuesday morning. A little bit of cloud outside. Hit some rain coming in this morning. Just a little sprinkle of rain here and
Yeah.
there. That's kind of odd.
That was kind of depressing,
Yep.
but oh well.
62 degrees outside. We have these death announcements to get through this morning. Johnny Mac Bucket Harris, age 54, passed away Saturday. The family is planning a memorial service at the barn at a later date. Washburn Dorsey Funeral Home, cremation services serving the family of Bucket Harris. James Raymond Jim Davini, age 80 of Lake Norman, passed away Wednesday, May the 17th. The arrangements are incomplete. It will be announced later. Pageant and King Mortuary, crematory services serving the family of Jim Davini. Wilburn Ayers, age 78 of Caroline, passed away Wednesday. Funeral services will be held today at 12 noon. Let's see. Those are the arrangements for Wilburn Ayers. Peggy Jones Canfield, age 83 of Mooresboro, passed away May the 26th. Memorial services will be held tomorrow at 4 p.m. in the afternoon. Harrelson Funeral Home and cremation services entrusted with the arrangements for Peggy Jones Canfield. David Green, age 66 of Forest City, passed away Friday, May the 26th. Funeral services will be held tomorrow afternoon at 2 p.m. Washburn and Dorsey Funeral Home and cremation services serving the family of David Green. Dolores Rose Dolly Cordell, age 90, passed away Friday. Celebration of life will be held 10 a.m. Saturday. Crow's Mortuary, crematory services serving the family of Dolly Cordell. Lewis Dempsey Harden Sr., age 89 of Ellenboro, passed away May the 25th. Services will be private. Crow's Mortuary, crematory services serving the family of Lewis Dempsey Harden Sr. Tracy Jean Chapman, age 50 of Hickory, passed away May the 25th. The family is planning a private memorial service at a later date. Pageant and King Mortuary, crematory services serving the family of Tracy Jean Chapman. Stephen Michael Govis passed away May the 7th. Celebration of his life will be held June 24th at 1 p.m. Crow's Mortuary, crematory services serving the family of Stephen Michael Govis. The complete information on these obituaries can be heard this morning at 11:40 as part of the mid-morning report. Stay tuned. The Bill O'Reilly report coming up in just a few moments, and we'll get started with our Tuesday morning call-around report. Find out what's been happening in the past 24 hours while you've been asleep.
Bill O'Reilly here, and I'm warming up. Stand by for the O'Reilly Update Morning Edition. But first. Hey, DirecTV viewers, Bill O'Reilly here, inviting you to watch the No Spin News on the First TV, weeknights at 8 p.m. Eastern. The challenges facing our nation are only getting worse. The border, inflation, crime, drugs. Folks need real information, an honest analysis they can trust. The corporate media feeds you biased reporting every day. All of that stops now with me, Bill O'Reilly, and the No Spin News on the First TV, weeknights 8 p.m., DirecTV channel 347. On this Tuesday, a political war has broken out in America, an almost unique historical situation. Obviously, the Civil War was a traditional violent conflict, so the national division over the Vietnam War comes closest to what we have now. Both sides are adamant their opponents are corrupt and destructive. The Trump support cadres believe the former president is the victim of a dishonest justice system and media. The anti-Trump legions think the former president is corrupt and has been destructive to the country. There is no détente possible with these two positions. They are entrenched, and because there is no reliable messenger for the truth any longer, they will remain in stone. The difference now from the Vietnam days is that a substantial number of Americans are solidly apathetic. With a dreaded draft in place back in the 1960s, ignoring politics was difficult. Today it's easy with all the high-tech addiction. Millions of Americans live in trivial bubbles where harsh realities are blocked with the swipe of a thumb. The 2024 presidential vote will be a major turning point for this country, but getting there promises to be civically painful. The divided states of America are not going to forge compromise anytime soon, and a major portion of the population doesn't even want compromise. Back after this. If you are a timeshare owner, you're probably upset that your yearly dues continue to increase. Lone Star Transfer guarantees the release of all liability to your timeshare in writing and done in a specific time frame. They're the only company you can trust, having helped more than 18,000 owners legally and permanently get out. So please call Lone Star Transfer 855-551-7066 or visit LoneStarTransfer.com. That is the Morning O'Reilly Update. More analysis later on.
Anyone who has any knowledge of Old West outlaws is familiar with John Wesley Hardin. Not only is he famous today, he was famous during his lifetime. Actually, a whole town helped him celebrate his 21st birthday, but I don't think it ended the way they had planned. John Carnes, the sheriff of Comanche, Texas, was one of the few Texas sheriffs who didn't hold a warrant for Hardin's arrest. And since Carnes was a friend of Hardin, he decided to have some horse races to celebrate Hardin's birthday. Earlier in the day, Comanche County Deputy Sheriff Charles Webb had come to town with the intent of arresting Hardin. But when Webb arrived, he made no show of the impending arrest. He acted as if he didn't even know Hardin, but Hardin had been warned about Sheriff Webb. After a day of winning big, Hardin was in the saloon having a few drinks when Webb pulled his gun. One of Hardin's companions shouted at Hardin, and Hardin and Deputy Webb got off a shot at the same time. Webb's bullet struck Hardin in the side. Hardin shot Webb in the head. To make sure the job was done, a couple of Hardin's friends pumped a few slugs into Sheriff Webb. Now it's interesting how fast a good birthday party can turn bad. For right after this minor ruckus, the party attendees became angry with the birthday boy and his friends. And although Wes Hardin was able to get out of town, the kind people of Comanche were so upset with what happened that they caught up with Wes's friends and lynched them in the town square. You've just heard another story from Old West Radio. I'm Dakota Livesay.
15 minutes after 7 o'clock on this Tuesday morning, got a note from one of our listeners. Jay Dwayne said we was over-modulating on YouTube. I didn't notice that yesterday. I turned it down just a little bit. Let me know if that's too low. I'm going to wave my hand right here. Turn that up maybe just a little bit. See if that helps out with our sound. I don't know that it will. Just let me know if that don't. Going first to the Rutherford County Sheriff's Department on our call-around report this morning. With us is Deputy Brandel. Excuse me, Sergeant Brandel.
Ooh.
Good morning, sir. How are you?
Good morning. I'm doing good. How about yourself?
Deputy, Sergeant, just don't call you late for dinner, right?
I've been called worse.
What do you have on the report for us this morning?
Past 24 hours, the Sheriff's Office has answered 182 calls, processed 11 arrests, and currently have 191 incarcerated. Under our arrest reports, we have a Candy Denise Blanton, 34-year-old white female in Mooresboro, charged with 1 count of failure to appear, given a $500 unsecured bond. We have a Timothy Richard Nealon, 30-year-old white male, Rutherford, charged with 1 count of felony probation violation, no bond listed on that. We have a Joseph Glenn Henderson, 35-year-old white male, Rutherford, charged with 1 count of failure to appear, given a $5,000 secured bond. And we have a David Leon Hollifield Jr., 30-year-old white male of Rutherford, charged with misdemeanor larceny, $2,000 secured bond. And Mark Adam Barnes, 54-year-old white male, Forest City, charged with communicating threats, given a $500 unsecured bond. On our incident reports, it looks like we have a attempted B&E occurred at 1138 Whitesides Road in Forest City. Nothing taken in that incident. And we have a felony larceny in motor vehicle reported from Old Ross Road in Forest City. Looks like the suspect took a Honda Shadow motorcycle in that incident. That's all we have this morning.
Sorry about it. Hope you have a wonderful day. Sorry about that. Thought my mic was on and you wasn't going to hear me unless I hit my microphone.
Sounds good. You too.
Have a good one. Bye-bye.
Yes.
Sergeant Randall with that report for the Rutherford County Sheriff Department. We're going to move over to 911 Communications Center after this.
For a delicious lunch or dinner, Gregory's Original Restaurant is a Rutherford County favorite. Every dish prepared to perfection, from pasta to grinders to fresh salads. And at Gregory's, you'll never leave hungry. Austin and his staff at Gregory's would like to take this time to give out a big salute to all the military for keeping us safe and putting your lives on the line to keep us free. God bless each man and woman that has served the United States of America. And God bless the USA. This is from your friends at Gregory's Original Restaurant, 161 Park Lane Plaza in Rutherfordton.
18 minutes after 7 o'clock, Amanda with us from the 911 Communications Center. Amanda, good morning.
Good morning.
What do you have on the report for us this morning?
Well, in the past 24 hours, the Rutherford County 911 Communications Center has processed 398 911 calls and administrative calls, which consisted of 53 for the emergency medical services, 182 for the Sheriff's Office, 56 for Forest City, 18 for Lake Lure, 44 for Rutherfordton, and 35 for Spindale. Cliffside Fire Department had a motor vehicle fire and a motor vehicle crash. Lake Lure had a residential fire alarm, and Rutherfordton had a structure fire assisted by Spindale, and that is all.
Amanda, thanks for the report and have a great day.
You too.
Bye. Amanda with that report from
Chris.
911 Communications Center.
We'll go straight on to Chris.
Oh, yeah, go straight on to Chris. Ruby Taylor is out
Yes.
of pocket this morning. Said she didn't sleep very well last night, and she was going to get her some sleep.
I don't blame you, Ruby. I hope you feel better.
Ruby, hope you get feeling better if you're still listening to us. And we will catch up with Chris Melton after this.
Jim, have you seen Henson Building Materials' newly remodeled showroom? It's gorgeous.
You mean where they have a full line of hardware and building materials for homeowners and home builders?
I mean where Jamie, Terry, and Tony, their friendly staff, treat me like family. Oh, they're so nice.
Hey, are they taking COVID precautions and have curbside service?
Of course. They're so thoughtful.
I do need some materials, but I don't think they'll fit in our car.
Oh, silly. They have professional delivery so we can get whatever I want.
Henson Building Materials, 177 Duke Street in Forest City.
Building starts here.
Listening to the radio, driving in your car. Radio gets results. Radio is there no matter where you are. Radio gets results. When you need to get your message through, people really do listen to you. Coming through loud and clear. No matter what you're telling, no matter what you're selling, everyone will hear. Radio gets results. Radio gets results. Radio gets results. Radio gets results.
We are 100.9 FM, 590 AM, WCAB, Rutherfordton.
20 minutes after 7 o'clock, Chris Melton with us from the Chimney Rock Fire District. Good morning, Chris. How are you?
Uh-oh. Got a little bad disconnection there.
Sounds like I'm in a Star Wars movie. Chris, can you?
How are y'all doing?
Good. How are you?
Great.
Chris, what you got going on up there this morning?
Well, it was a busy day yesterday for everybody. Lake Lure ran a couple medical calls. Chimney Rock ran a lockout with Lake Lure. Fairfield ran several medical calls, and Lake Lure ran a fire alarm yesterday. And that's it on the call report.
Staying pretty busy up there, I guess.
What's a
Oh, yeah.
What's a lockout?
If they lock themselves, their keys in their vehicle, or
I
with
should.
their medicine.
Oh, I gotcha.
Oh, yeah.
Normally we don't do lockouts, but if it's an emergency,
I should know what that was because I've locked myself out of my car so many times. I should have known the definition of that.
It's all good.
Tracy, you are the very definition of a lockout. Chris, thanks so much for the report. Hope you have a great day, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.
All right, have a good day.
Thanks. Bye-bye. Chris Mountain with a report from the Chimney Rock Fire District. I adjusted the little audio there on YouTube for you. There's three of you in there, so let me know if that did anything, if it made it worse, if it made it a little better, or if I need to turn the stream up a little bit. Still tweaking. It's hard to tweak and know what's going on without actually listening. And I did notice yesterday that it was over modulating, so I'm glad that excuse me.
And sometimes you just have to hold your mouth the right way.
Yeah, I just that didn't change nothing. 7:22. We're going to continue with our call-around report, and we'll talk to DeVern Upton over in Boston next.
Your car's best friend can be RS Speedy Lube Service Center. That's because RS Speedy Lube Service Center and Car Wash can keep your car or truck running clean with a regular oil change. They check the fluids and vacuum out the car and have you on your way in no time. Go next door for a radiator or transmission flush. Brakes, exhaust, CV joints, and service for big trucks and campers also available. Pull next door to the RS Speedy Automatic Car Wash and make your car happy with a clean, all under and all over car wash. It's all at RS Service Center and Car Wash on Railroad Avenue in Rutherfordton.
Kentucky checking in with us this morning. Said the only thing you could see was top of my head. That's because that's all I want you to see, sir. You don't need to see nothing else about my head, my big old gourd melon-looking thing. 23 minutes after 7 o'clock. DeVern Upton, Boston, good morning. How you doing?
Fine, how are you?
I'm doing good. Hope you are.
Did you have a good weekend?
I'm doing great. Yes, I did. Had a good Monday. And everything went real good. And we have a temperature of 64 degrees over here this morning. Fire department had no calls. Don't forget to go by Bostic Florist and get your arrangements because we still have Memorial Days going on. And then go up to the Bee Supply store and get your Bee Supplies. She does have more items than that, shirts, candles. And then take the kiddos while they're out of school over to Bostic Park. Let them enjoy the park over there. It's real nice. And hope everyone has a wonderful day.
I believe I saw yesterday where your daughter-in-law had a birthday. Is that right? Was that yesterday or is that today?
That was yesterday.
Miss Kayla Upton over there married DeVern's son.
Oh, okay.
So I hope she had a wonderful.
And then they had an anniversary.
That's right. That's what I was thinking. I remember seeing them on there a couple of times because I'm friends with Kayla on Facebook.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I get it by default. Well, I hope they had a wonderful day, and
they
DeVern,
did.
You have a wonderful day today, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.
Thank you.
Thanks. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
DeVern's son Shane and his wife Kayla celebrating an anniversary yesterday and her birthday as well. So
good. That's a good way to have an anniversary on a birthday.
That's
you won't
right.
ever forget it.
Get married on your birthday. I'm glad that turned out well.
Yeah.
I mean, imagine if you got married on your birthday and you ended up didn't liking your husband or your wife or whatever. Or things went downhill.
Yeah. Huh. I never thought about that.
That's why I got married on tax day, April 15th. So it would always be, yep, that's my tax write-off. 25 minutes after 7 o'clock. Hello, we got, we got 6 viewers on the YouTube.
We do. We got us a little line going
Appreciate
up there.
you tuning to us on the YouTube this morning. We may get a podcast going before it's over with. Have 10,000 viewers interacting, us trying to scroll through all that. Can you imagine?
Oh, yeah.
We'd have to have moderators to ban people and
hey, we can do it.
Highlight chat and all that good stuff. Oh, well, make it happen, folks. You're out there and you tune in. We make it happen. We'll figure it out. We'll deal with it. 26 minutes after 7 o'clock, we're heading up to Robbie Samuel in the Mount Vernon Fire District next.
To win in sports, you must adjust your strategy as the game changes. The same is true of investments. Why not let Andrew Tisdale help you create a game plan for financial success? Call 828-287-9197 and get started today. That's Andrew Tisdale, 828-287-9197.
Coming up on 27 minutes after 7 o'clock, Chadford Von Medfordstein checking in with us this morning. He's coming us from Did you know he went to Albania?
No.
Yeah, that's where he's at.
Really?
He's going down I think he drives a taxi in Albania.
Oh,
And, he's listening. He's making the people in Albania listen to us. that's Chadwick Von Medfordstein.
Well, Chad, I just found out a lot about you.
Yeah, he's not many people know that. So I thought I'd let you know first.
Thank you.
But the man who's definitely not driving a taxi is Robbie Samuel.
He drives a fire truck.
He drives a fire truck. Not in Albania either.
No, if I do, it's going to be a bad day. There's a lot if I have to go that far.
So did you have a good weekend yesterday? Or, well, not just yesterday. Let me rephrase that. Did you have a good Memorial Day yesterday?
I did. I hope y'all did.
We
y'all?
did. We sure did.
Good. At least it wasn't a washout like it was Sunday.
Oh, Lord. I've slept for 3 days in a row. I got up this morning, and then I wanted to go back to sleep.
You know what's crazy is
what?
Saturday morning I slept till, well, to me, late is like 7 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
Sunday, same thing. This morning, 5:30.
Yep.
I was wide awake. And I was like, really? Can't even get an extra, I even set I usually get up at 5:30. I even set my alarm clock ahead 30 minutes because I knew I didn't have to get everything done to go to work after work.
Uh-huh.
And then still, I was 5:30. I was wide awake.
Boy, yesterday that sunshine looked good, though, didn't it?
Yes, it did.
Finally.
Yeah.
I went to Walmart, and it's just like I was going in, and the sun was coming out, and this woman and her daughter was coming out. She said, "Oh, my gosh, Misty, look at the sun." I said, "I know." We all just looked at each other and kind of started celebrating together, even though we didn't even know each other.
Sunshine will just bring it out in you.
It makes you happy.
It does. It really does.
Well, sunshine on my shoulder makes me happy.
That's right.
Makes me smile.
We ended up, in the rain gauge, ended up with over 4 inches here. So it put some rain down, that's for sure.
Yeah, it really did. It rained hard.
I know before it even started, they were talking about at least 3 inches of rain. I thought, my gosh, that's a lot of rain for a short period of time.
I know. I was really surprised to see what the rain gauge had here. My goodness, I knew it rained a lot, but which there's a lot of water running in places I had never seen run before.
Yeah.
Just in puddles, and it's like little creeks running through everywhere. But we got sunshine today, though. It looks good, so hopefully we'll keep it. On this end of the county, anyway, we got sunshine peeking through. So.
We've sure had our share of rain, that's for sure.
That's for sure. But as far as with the fire departments, though, through the weekend and Memorial Day, both of them stayed very busy with Hudlow and Roveton with medical calls and public assist calls. And yesterday morning, about the time Lou was calling, we was on our way to a structure fire, and we was assisted by Spindale, and family completely lost their home. So keep them in your thoughts and prayers. And
I think she left me a little note that said it was right down from the radio station here, and you tooted as you went by.
Really?
Yeah.
And
when we left, I think I did. Yeah.
Yeah, said to be sure to remember the family that lost everything, and
oh wow,
don't know what they're going to do. Don't know how to even get a hold of them if you can assist them. But I'm sure if you contact some of the agencies around here, they could put you in contact with some people if you want to help out that family. Don't know who they are, but they
do they know what caused the fire?
It's not set in stone. It's undetermined. But we're pretty sure that it was an electrical issue within the home. So, but like I said, it's still somewhat under investigation. So you hate to really just put it out there. But that's kind of what we're determining and thinking right now. Was she had some electrical issues the day before, but I will say this, and I've said it again: smoke detectors save lives. Smoke detectors is what woke her. And she had 2 babies.
Oh, my goodness. Thank goodness.
I think between the ages of 2 and 6, so the smoke alarms, the smoke detectors is what woke them up. They got out safely. And so if you don't have smoke detectors, call your local fire department. If they don't have smoke detectors, call us at Rutherford Fire Department. We'll assist you with what we can with what we have, and so it's something to always keep in mind.
Just always remember,
possessions
can be replaced.
That's exactly right. Exactly right.
That is so true.
But we appreciate Spindale helping us yesterday. So hopefully today will be a little better day for everyone, and I hope y'all have a good day.
You do the same, Robbie. We'll catch you again tomorrow, and have a good day.
All right, sounds good. See you then.
Take care.
Robbie Samuel with that report from the Mount Vernon Fire District. If you want to reach out to some of the local agencies here in Rutherford, call and find out if you can help these folks down the road here. 2 young kids, they all got out safe, but they probably lost most, if not all, of their possessions. And, any little way that you can help, maybe we can reach out and we'll have an update maybe tomorrow if we can find some avenues for you
find out and see what we can do.
To donate, get our listeners here at WCAB to rally around and help these folks out. 7:32 on this Tuesday morning. We're going to continue our call-around report. Sunshine, Cherry Mountain Fire District, and Sue Price.
Nobody gets a better deal than the customers at Sisk Family Ford. They have a proven record of the best deals. Sisk Family Ford, Rutherford County's only locally owned new car dealer, has recently been recognized as the #1 Ford dealer in customer satisfaction in the Southeast. That speaks well of their commitment to serve their customers well. Rutherford County's only locally owned new car dealership. That's Sisk Family Ford, Oak Street, Forest City.
Morning, Sue. How are you this morning?
I'm doing good. Hope y'all are.
Doing good.
I'm not going to complain.
Well, good.
Anything happening over that way this morning, Sue?
Well, it's quiet over here. Looks like we're going to have another pretty day, maybe. Got no rain this morning, so that's a good thing. We had a lot of rain.
Oh.
Yeah, it was a lot of rain.
Too much to talk about.
But we needed it, I guess.
I went to I was going to town. Oh, we were going to church yesterday morning, or Sunday morning. Had to take the truck, my Kia. I got to have it towed to the dealership. That's a whole other story. But anyway, it was raining so hard, my windshield wipers on my truck were just going as hard as they can. And Ken said, my son, he said, sounds like you need to take advantage of the new Rain Vantage wiper blades available at your local O'Reilly. I said, stop product placing with me. My windshield wipers are fine.
Oh, he's selling his company. His company needs to be advertising over here.
I think he told me that his sales, I don't remember what week, maybe for the month, he is number 6 in the nation. All O'Reilly parts dealers, he's number 6.
Well, good for him.
He's doing good.
Yes.
Told me to get his own store. He's doing good, though.
That's good. Well, let's see. I have no birthdays or anniversaries on my Duncan's Creek church calendar or my personal calendar this morning. Fairview's got a birthday for Dalton Blackwell. And First Broad's got a birthday for Trip Queens. I hope they'll both have a good day and enjoy it on their special day. And we hope anybody that's celebrating will have a good day today. Big Springs Baptist Church will be having Vacation Bible School June the 5th through the 8th, 5:45 to 8 p.m. Dinner will be provided. And the Sunshine Church will be having Memorial Day June the 4th with the covered dish lunch to follow. And Duncan's Creek Church will be having Memorial Day service on June the 4th with the covered dish lunch to follow. And so far, that's the only announcements I have. It's just quiet over here today and calm, looking for a good day, and I hope y'all will have one.
All right, so you do the same, and we'll talk to you again tomorrow.
Okay.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Sue Price with that report from the Sunshine Cherry Mountain Fire District. We'll check in with Tina White after this.
Thinking about the departure of a loved one through death is a subject we don't like to talk about. However, pre-planning or prepaying for a funeral is a consideration and responsible thing to do. With so many options available today, it's important to speak with someone you can trust and someone who can help you find a balance between the emotional, spiritual, and financial needs of your loved ones. Crow's Mortuary and Crematory is recognized as one of the best family-run funeral homes. It's a family tradition, and they know how to care for your family. Any questions you might have, they will be happy to answer. Call Crow's Mortuary and Cremation Services at 286-2304.
Wayne's Lunchbox can satisfy the pickiest of eaters at lunch or dinner or supper, whatever you want to call it. You can enjoy salads, sandwiches, a limited meat and veggie menu at lunchtime, and then for supper, your choice of a meat and vegetables. And Wayne's will be serving breakfast for supper the first of each month. Call on Wayne's for any catering event that you may have, offering catering service, so stop by 391 East Main Street in Spindale. Call 828-395-2225. Open Monday through Thursday, 11 until 2, for supper 3 until 7.
7:37. Good morning, Shingle Hollow. Tina White with us this morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Terrific Tuesday to you.
Yes.
How y'all doing this morning?
I keep forgetting.
I'm glad you said that, Tina, because I keep thinking it's Monday.
Me too. I was like, this is Monday.
We're off today.
Mondays are usually Mondays, right?
Yes.
But yesterday was one of those Mondays that was like a Friday or a Saturday.
I know it.
I kept thinking yesterday was Sunday.
Yeah, it did feel like Sunday.
My husband was off from work, and we just enjoyed the day. It was beautiful weather and grilled out, and just thankful to have our freedom. It was pretty up here in Shingle Hollow. Well, I haven't heard from the fire department this morning, so I'm hoping that means there was no calls in the area. And today we have a birthday on Pilgrim Way's calendar for Delaney Richardson.
Huh?
And can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead. Yep.
Oh, I'm hearing a background echo or something. Sorry. So today's birthday for Delaney Richardson, and senior citizens are meeting at the fire department this morning about 9:30 for just some community fellowship. I think that's all I've got this morning.
All righty. Well, Tina, I hope you have a wonderful day, and we'll check back in with you tomorrow.
Have a great day. God bless you.
You too. Thanks. Bye-bye. Tina White with that report from the Shingle Hollow Fire District. Well, folks, let me tell you about the drop-in. I want you to drop in for these May Deli specials. Breakfast biscuit and gravy, 2 for only $4.50. You get their delicious lunch special, which is a chicken strip snack, 2 golden fried chicken strips, 4 potato wedges, a roll, and your choice of dipping sauce, only $4.99. Can't beat that. That's a good lunch deal right there. Introducing 2 new items, the delicious 4 chicken cordon bleu bites, or the 8-count sour cream and chives potato tots, only $2.99. And before they're gone, get you one of those Dale Earnhardt Jr. 16-ounce sun drops for only 99 cents. Drop In is your hometown convenience store serving Rutherford County since 1981. Visit Drop In on the Bostic Sunshine Highway, and come on, drop in.
It can be a tough call when it comes time to provide a daycare service for an aging parent or a loved one. You can always depend on Rutherford Life Services for a safe facility that offers medical monitoring, nutritional meals, fun activities, and is a loving environment. Rutherford Life is licensed by the State of North Carolina Division of Aging. They will be glad to answer any questions you may have. Call them at 288-1697. Rutherford Life Services offers a trained staff of professionals who you can entrust your loved one to. Rutherford Life Services is located at 230 Fairground Road.
And we're going next to and then we're going next to our Union Mills reporter, Britta Kelly. Britta Kelly, good morning. How are you?
I'm fine.
You got to talk real fast.
No, I ain't gonna talk.
Brenda said no.
Good morning. How are you on this terrific Tuesday morning?
See, there you go. Now you can talk slow the rest of the time.
Okay.
Doing wonderful.
Where
Hope
did
you
say
are, Britt.
Chad Medford was?
He's in Albania. He's driving a taxi.
Are you kidding?
Why did you have to ask me that?
Now he has to tell the truth.
See, now I got to tell the truth about Chad.
Yeah. He's probably on his way to Morganton to go to work or wherever it is he goes up through the
It sounds better if he's a taxi driver in Albania.
He's not on his way to Broughton, is he?
Well, it might be. They'll keep him. know, Chad. I'm sorry.
I know. We're just playing, Chad. Chad. He likes to go along. He's fun.
No,
Yeah,
he just checked in. He just checked in a little while ago and said morning. And my daddy always told me never let the truth stand in the way of a good story.
Yeah.
Well,
I've got some kin people that used to just make up things along the way.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
just to make it sound better.
We still do today. It's called
we do.
government.
Yeah.
It's something else.
Yeah.
It is. Have you had a good weekend?
Yeah, I had a good weekend. But poured down rain. So I ain't done nothing. Let's say I went to church Sunday. Then a bunch of us got together and went out to eat, and it was pouring down rain. My goodness. I mean, it was just monsoon.
It was. It absolutely poured.
Yesterday I fixed cheeseburgers for supper. Had watermelon and cantaloupe and all that.
Oh, it
lettuce,
sounds good.
Tomato and chili and onions and all that stuff.
Goodness.
Well, that's a good lunch.
And I ate mine with no bread because I didn't have any bread that didn't have carbohydrates in it.
Yeah. Oh, I went over to Jay's and got me some of that $1 keto bread with no carbs. Oh, that stuff's good. Maybe some little mini pizzas yesterday.
Oh, gosh, I bet that was good.
Well, I didn't go. Was they open yesterday?
Well, I think I got this actually Saturday.
I was going to say, I don't know if it's open or not, but I was in there the other day and looked, and I didn't see any bread.
You know, one thing that's always been, was talking about food, you see these churches that advertise these, and I'm going to use this term loosely, these poor man's supper.
Right.
Yeah.
But you go over there, brother, you eat like a king.
Yeah, you have pintos and cabbage and slaw and
cornbread,
livermouth, cornbread, and all that
like
kind
a king
of stuff.
with them,
That's right.
with these quote poor man suppers.
But I love them. They're good.
Yeah, they are.
I love the poor man supper.
That good home cooking.
I like it too. Yeah. Well, let's see. I've got 58 degrees on the front porch this morning. I don't have any birthdays, any anniversaries, and I don't know of anything going on. And I'm sorry to hear about whoever lost their house. That's a terrible thing when everything's gone.
Yes, it is. I've never, Lord have mercy, I've never lived through one, but I've heard it is like a death.
I know my son lost his house back, I can't remember if it was right after Christmas or it was in January, I think.
Oh, no.
And he wasn't at home. He had left the candle burning.
Oh, no.
And he had forgot about it, and it caught the house on fire, and it burnt. There ain't nothing left of the house, and that was my mother and dad-in-law's house. There ain't nothing left of the house but just a part of the front roof and the frame that goes down to the front porch.
God, that's so
he
sad.
lost everything.
Got to be careful with stuff like that.
Especially in the wintertime. I think the wintertime, oh my goodness, would be just horrible. Any time would be bad, but especially when it's cold and...
I caught the chimney on fire a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
That scared me to death.
That's scary too.
Yeah.
My brother did that one time at his house. Caught the chimney on fire, burning. I guess all that built up creosote in there or whatever, and it caught fire and flamed up.
Yep.
Boy, that was something else.
Yeah, it is. I had put some old paper plates or something in there to burn, and whoosh, next thing I know, the flames was coming out. The chimney scared me to death. I called the fire department. My grandson said, I done closed everything off and got it. I said, no, I'm calling fire department.
Yeah.
I did.
Just in case.
Yeah, better be safe than sorry.
That's right. But I bet you better go to Ellenburg and check on Luther Sweet thing and see if everything's all right down there and he survived a holiday.
All right, Brenda. Thanks so much. Have a good day.
Catch you later.
Bye-bye. Take care.
Brenda Kelly with that report from the Union Mills Fire District, and we will check in on Luther Gillikin after this.
Farm Bureau Insurance doesn't hire celebrities to push auto coverage. We think people might like to make decisions based on service and savings, not just because that guy from that show says it's a good idea. Instead of faces you know from your TV, we offer faces you know from your neighborhood, because we're headquartered in North Carolina with local agents right in your town. That's really the only thing we want to be famous for. North Carolina Farm Bureau Insurance, helping you is what we do best.
In Rutherford County, please call 287-2428.
North Carolina Farm Bureau Mutual Insurance Company, Farm Bureau Insurance of North Carolina, Inc., Southern Farm Bureau Life Insurance Company, Jackson, Mississippi, an independent licensee of the Blue Cross and Blue Shield Association.
Going to Luther Gillikin, one of our reporters that was in service. Luther, I believe, was a paratrooper. Is that right, Luther?
Did what now?
I said, didn't you serve in the service as a paratrooper?
Mm-hmm. I sure did.
Really? I did not know that about you, Luther.
Well, Luther, it takes a special kind of a man to jump out of a perfectly good airplane.
Yeah, they wouldn't land if I wanted to, so just jump out.
That's right.
They didn't give you a choice, did they?
Luther, how many jumps you reckon you've made?
Several. I don't remember how many it was. But this was an exhilarating time, though.
Oh,
I bet it was.
I could not imagine throwing myself out of an airplane.
Yep.
And trusting a government parachute to open.
Yep.
Who were you with? Were you with the CN?
What company? What division were you with?
I took my training to 82nd.
82nd Airborne.
503rd Infantry that went to Okinawa in 1960.
That's awesome.
We went there, Strike Force, South Pacific.
That's awesome. Well, we appreciate your service,
Yes,
Luther.
we do.
Thank you.
And
It's an honor.
What do you have on the report for us this morning?
And that's going on there. This is where everything's quiet. Fire department didn't have anything yesterday. Didn't have anything last night. So they just sat around this morning drinking coffee also. So it's just a quiet morning down here. Nothing going on. So you have a great day up there. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Thanks, Luther. Have a good day.
All right, take care of that.
Bye-bye.
Luther Gillikin with that report from the Ellenboro Fire District. I like what he said right there when we thanked him for his service. He said it was
an honor. I noticed that.
Oh, I like that. 748. Well, folks, let me tell you about Granny B's. They're the headquarters for those delicious donuts, orange twist, Long Johns, cream-filled donuts, or just a traditional glazed donuts. Enjoy a delicious, fresh sub sandwich. Or if you don't want the bread, you can get that on a salad instead. For birthdays, showers, or any occasion, call on Granny B's for their delicious cakes or pinafores. Open Tuesday through Friday, 9 until 7. Saturday, 9 until 6. Closed on Mondays. Call them at 286-9012. Located at 322 West Main Street in Spindale. Birthdays or anniversaries, Granny B's is the sponsor for our birthdays. If you're celebrating a birthday or anniversary, give us a call. 287-3356. We'll have a party in your honor coming up in just a few moments.
My friend Earl, a missionary in Western Africa, had to make the 8-hour overland trip back to the capital before nightfall. Because of the worsening political instability and the dangers driving after dark, daylight travel was imperative. Soon into the trip, Earl was stopped at the first of what was to be 38 military roadblocks along the way. At the first stop, the soldier went through in detail every container and piece of luggage in the truck. Earl prayed, "Lord, at this rate, I will not even get close to the capital before dark." But God had a plan. Just before the next big roadblock, Earl was flagged down by a soldier looking for a ride. Earl let him get in. At the next 15 roadblocks, the people stopped the car, but quickly let him and his guest go through. But there were 23 more to go. And as they neared the capital, the roadblocks increased. Again, Earl picked up a stranded soldier and gave him a ride. Again, God worked a miracle. Until they passed the last roadblock in the capital, all Earl's rider had to do was to show his face, and the road was cleared, and those standing along the road saluted. Earl's guest was a high-ranking Secret Service officer known by all along the route. Earl's prayer was answered. He made it to the capital before dark. Roadblocks do not have to be final. God may have some miraculous way to move you around all that seeks to thwart what He wants to do for you. Focus not on the roadblock, but on the one who can solve the problem causing the block. This is Bill Hostler with today's key to confident living.
Birthday. Happy birthday today to
Happy anniversary to David and Cheryl Moore.
David and Cheryl. They go to my church.
Yeah, oh, do they really?
Yeah.
And also happy 8th anniversary to Brian and Beth Epley. They live in Bowling Springs, North Carolina. Happy 8th anniversary.
Happy anniversary to these folks. Also, birthdays and events throughout the history. 1908. Everybody knows who this person is. Was born 1908. Mel Blanc. He was the voice for Bugs Bunny. You name it. I think the man of 1,000 voices is what they called him. 1909. Band leader Benny Goodman was born. 1918. A lot of people appreciate this man, Bob Evans. You know,
Bob Evans. Oh, yeah.
Yep, that
Bob
was him.
Evans.
1927, Clint Walker was born. Stars in a lot of westerns. He was Cheyenne. 1964, Winona Judd was born. 1431, on this date, Joan of Arc was burned at the stake for We all read the story of Joan of Arc. Today was the day that she was burned at the stake. 1783, the first daily newspaper in the United States is published. 1848, the ice cream freezer is patented. 1868, Memorial Day was first observed. In 1896, the first car accident happened in the United States when a driver hit a cyclist going down the road. 1911 was the running of the first Indianapolis 500. On this date in 1922, the Lincoln Memorial is dedicated. And in 1935, Babe Ruth took his final trip to the plate and had a ground out, his final major league at-bat on this day, 1935, Babe Ruth. Today is National Creativity Day. Today is National Mint Julep Day, World Multiple Sclerosis Day, National Water Flower Day, and today is National Hole in My Bucket Day. Well, my bucket's got a hole in it. That sounds like a country song. Matter of fact, I believe it is. Let's see if we can get a hold of our buddy Rick Hauser over at Jay's Discount Grocery. They are the proud sponsors of the Sheriff's Report that we give every morning. And they also sponsor the Sheriff's Report during the 8 o'clock hour.
Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning, Jay. Jay's.
Good morning.
Rick.
Rick Hauser with us from Jay's Discount Grocery this morning.
How many times have you been called Jay?
I can't count that high.
Where did the Jays come from? I often wondered that.
Well, my oldest son, Jason, he broke his neck playing high school football, and from the time he was real small, he just write J on his paper.
No.
Well, that's awesome.
He turned it in school, so that's where it comes from.
That is so sweet.
That's awesome.
That has a lot of meaning behind it then, doesn't it?
It does.
Oh.
Rick, tell us about some of the great deals. I know you. I went in there Saturday, and I was thinking I'm going to find something unique to talk about Monday, and I found so many I forgot them all.
My mama went in there Friday, and she said she was in line. She said that place was elbow to elbow, but I tell you one, she come out with some good stuff. Those grapes she bought were delicious.
Yeah.
They were so
you never
sweet.
Know what you'll find.
Yeah, they were good. She got some good stuff, but she said it was elbow to elbow.
Well, it's busy. We got a lot of people come in, and I tell you what, we got frozen coming in this morning. Got one item I just had in my hand was onion petals, frozen onion petals. I got to just fry them up.
Oh, those are good.
Air fryer. Great. Got plenty of French fries, hash browns coming in. Big frozen load. So got all kind of items.
Big bags of chicken that is ready to cook. Warm it up and you eat it. And I mean, you can make you can make spicy chicken sandwiches for days.
Oh yeah, and I'm gonna tell you something. The fully cooked wings we got, the roasted wings, are to die for. You can throw them. I heat them up on the grill. I think they're just have to heat them up. I get them good and crispy on the outside, and it's some good eating right there.
Something I did notice that you did add back there in the liver mush and all that. You've added scrapple. I did notice that.
Yep. We got scrapple. We got all the liver mush. We got Max. When we do have hunters, which is we get they bring about 500 pounds a week of each.
Yep.
I can't remember one item that Mama got. I can't remember. But she said at Walmart, it's $3. You had it for $1.
Oh, the keto bread.
I can't remember. No, it wasn't the bread. I can't remember what it was.
Keto bread. If you go to Aldi's or anywhere like that, it's $5 a loaf.
Yeah. She was amazed at how cheap stuff is.
And the ice cream we got, the half-gallon size, which is not a half-gallon anymore. It's always downsized. Is always $1.
Yep.
2-gallon size is $2. So there you go. You just want to save money, you just got to go to go to Jay's. That's all you got to do.
Yep, that's it. That's easy enough, ain't it?
That's right.
That's it.
Rick, tell us where we can find you.
671 Oak Street. We're down here by ourselves, and there's a lot of other stores here. So come on in and visit, shop with us, and save you some money.
Trust me, you're not by yourself.
I understand.
Rick, we appreciate the report. Hope you have a great day. We'll talk to you again on Thursday.
Yes, sir. Y'all come visit.
Bye-bye. Take care, Rick.
Rick Hauser, tell us about all the fine deals going on over at Jay's Discount Grocery. And you can go over there and you can find, I promise you'll save some money on your grocery bill, which is always a plus nowadays. So, yeah. save some money, get you some good food, and I mean, you can get you a big old steak over there.
Yeah, and I've heard that his steaks are really good.
Oh, his steaks are wonderful, wonderful.
Don't you remember when we used to have remotes over there, and they would take all the meat and cook it, and then take it around let people sample it. It was so good.
That's kind of the reasons I wanted to go to all of them.
Yeah, I know.
Congratulations to Brian and Beth Ampley celebrating their 8th anniversary today. They are the winners of our cupcake, courtesy of the Whistle Stop Bakery over in Boston. Now I know you ain't gonna split a cupcake, but Miss Selena, I will arrange for you to get an individual cupcake apiece.
No, those are big though, aren't they?
Well, still, I'm not splitting my cupcake with you.
But if you really love her, you will.
Nope.
Well, I
Not
guarantee
getting
you,
my cupcake.
Brian loves her.
I'm not saying he don't. Still ain't getting my cupcake. That's just not the way that works. I'm sorry. Tracy, I'm a fat boy. You're not getting half my cupcake. I don't care how much you love me.
Okay, you
and
won
what
that
you give
fight.
me. So, now, I'm just speaking from a big guy standpoint.
It is hard to share those
giving up.
cupcakes.
No, you better, if you're going to buy me a cupcake and you want some of it, you better get
But
two.
see, my problem is icing. You can just give me just a handful of icing. That's what I love, the icing.
You know, when back when I was a kid, probably the reason I'm like I am now. But my aunt was a baker.
Mm-hmm.
She was a cake decorator. She immaculate, and she would have this. It would look like a nail with probably a 50-cent piece on the head of it, but it wasn't. It's just the way it looked to me. It was
right.
And she would do her roses on those, and she would spin them, and she would, quote, mess up a couple of roses so I could eat them.
Oh, I've always wanted to know how to do that.
Oh,
it just looks so fun. It looks relaxing to be able to just.
I watched her 100 times do that, and I couldn't make her.
I've always wanted to take the bake decorating course over at ICC.
Oh yeah,
but I never did.
Decorating course.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that would be awesome. Yep, never did do that. Oh, folks, didn't Kentucky serve in the military?
He did.
Oh, that's what I was thinking.
He was in the Army.
In the United States
States. He served for 8
Army.
years.
My dad was in the Army for 4 years. Actually, he was in the National Guard for 8 years, and then served regular Army for 4 years, for a total of 12 years. He got out in 1961. So, every day we should salute all of our veterans around the country.
Right.
And this Memorial Day yesterday, as we saluted those that gave the ultimate sacrifice, that paid for that with their life, our freedom. Folks, it's been great being here with you on this Tuesday morning. Tracy, I hope you have a wonderful day.
Thank you very much. I hope you do also.
We will gather around back in the morning and call around report again tomorrow morning. Hope you guys have a great day. Remember, Atlanta Braves baseball coming up this afternoon, 8:25. Nope, that's going to be too late. We're not going to air that one, but we'll have Atlanta Braves later on in the week. Folks, be good to each other. It'll all come back around to you, I promise.
WCAB.
From ABC News, I'm Sherry Preston. Debt ceiling deal reached. Now it's time to line up the votes. President Biden and House Speaker Kevin McCarthy making phone calls today. ABC's Rachel Scott is on Capitol Hill with the details of what's in the package.
The 2-year deal would suspend the debt limit through the next presidential election, claw back $30 billion in COVID relief, rescind $20 billion in IRS funding, end Biden's freeze on student loan payments in August, and add new work requirements for Americans ages 50 to 54 who rely on food assistance, which progressive Democrats were firmly against.
The date at which the U.S. will begin to default on its bills, June 5th, so votes are expected in the House and Senate this week. In Hollywood, Florida, south of Fort Lauderdale, 9 people were shot and wounded over the Memorial Day weekend when gunfire broke out amidst an altercation between 2 groups of people.
The gunfire erupting around 6:30 p.m. as beachgoers were celebrating Memorial Day. 5 adults and 4 children were shot, a 1-year-old among those hit. Video showing police and bystanders treating victims. A spokesperson for the local healthcare system says all are in stable condition.
ABC's Victor Oquendo and Hollywood Beach. The search continues for the gunman. The war moves to Russia. Drones shot down in Moscow.
Talking to reporters in Moscow, Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov calls the attack a response by Kyiv to what he says were very effective strikes on one of Ukraine's decision-making centers over the weekend. Most of the drones in Moscow were shot down. There was little damage, and forensic teams have been collecting debris. Russia's defense minister, meanwhile, sternly vows to react as harshly as possible. Tom Rivers, ABC News at the Foreign Desk.
Kyiv was hit by Russian airstrikes 3 times in the past 24 hours. Residents in a damaged building sent scrambling for safety. The NBA playoffs are set. The Miami Heat dismantling the Boston Celtics on the road, now headed to a matchup with the Denver Nuggets. You're listening to ABC News.
Finding great people to hire is like trying to find a needle in a haystack. It's pretty difficult, right? Well, ZipRecruiter has mastered finding a needle in a haystack, so they take it to the next level. They make hiring so simple that it's like finding a needle in a needle stack. And that's why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. Here's what it's like to use ZipRecruiter. They have so many qualified candidates that it's easier to find the right ones for your roles. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. That's a lot of needles. So how do they do it? ZipRecruiter's powerful technology sends you candidates who are a great match for your job, and you can even invite your top choices to apply. So if you want less hay and more needles, head to ZipRecruiter.
ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free. At ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Officials in Davenport, Iowa, now reevaluating plans about taking down an apartment building that partially collapsed over the weekend. ABC's Alex Perez is there.
Officials say they have a huge concern about the stability of this structure and the safety of the surrounding area, so they've planned to have it demolished. An exact cause of the collapse remains under investigation.
A 9th person was pulled out of the rubble. There had been plans to protest the demolition in front of the building over concerns that more people could still be inside. For the second time in a matter of weeks, an escape from a jail in Mississippi.
2 inmates escaping from a Mississippi jail just weeks after 4 inmates broke out of the same facility. Officials at the Raymond Detention Center say Michael Lewis and Joseph Spring climbed through the ceiling of the rec room into an air duct, got outside. Sheriff Tyree Jones.
Once again, I know I apologized before, and here we are once again. And I'm apologizing to the people of Hinds County.
Jones says the jail's just poorly built with too many ways to get out and that a new facility is planned. But until it's built,
we are going to have to put more money into the Raymond Detention Center.
Dave Packer, ABC News.
And the tradition continues in Great Britain, the so-called cheese roll, where people chase a wheel of cheese down a steep hill in southwestern England, stumbling, falling, and picking up bumps and bruises the entire way. This year, the 19-year-old woman who won admits she briefly lost consciousness on the way down. This is ABC News.
I'm Howard Mackler, founder of Innovation Refunds. You've heard me talking about the payroll tax refund for months. If you own a business, even if you've asked your CPA about this, you owe it to yourself to take another look. We provide a licensed and insured tax attorney who evaluates your company at my expense to determine eligibility. Businesses of all types can qualify, so go to GetRefunds.com to potentially get a payroll tax refund of up to $26,000 per employee. Download the Innovation Refunds app or go to GetRefunds.com, GetRefunds.com.
Sherry Preston, ABC News.
Whether you just need a loaf of bread or a gallon of milk, snacks for the kids to take to school, or gas for the car, Scrappy's Food and Fuel is the place to stop. A convenience store like no other, Scrappy's can start your day with a delicious hot breakfast biscuit, come back at lunch for the best hot dog you'll ever eat, and top off your gas tank while you're there. Scrappy's Food and Fuel would like to take this time to salute all the men and women who have served our country and say thank you so much for your service. Scrappy's Food and Fuel on the Chase High Road in Forest City.
Hey, this is Cameron coming to you from the Blue Room with a check-in on your weather. Today's partly cloudy with scattered showers, the highs near 75. Partly cloudy overnight with scattered showers, the lows around 60. Tuesday, partly cloudy with chance of storms, the highs near 80. Partly cloudy overnight with chance of storms, the lows around 60. Wednesday, partly cloudy with scattered showers, the highs near 80. Partly cloudy overnight with lows around 60. Heading into Thursday, partly cloudy with scattered showers, the highs near 85. And that's a check-in on your weather here on 100.9 FM, 590 AM, WCAB, Rutherford 10.
Well, right now we've got clouds and 63 degrees currently. Sun did peep out and it went back behind the clouds again. Got a good chance of rain coming in on the weekend. We'll tell you more about that later. But right now we're going to talk to you about investments and how to, well, I don't know what he's got up his sleeve today. He's always got something educational to tell us.
Up my
Andrew
sleeve.
Tisdale.
Up my sleeve.
Up your sleeve?
Yeah.
That's not a good thing to tell somebody to deal with some money up your sleeve.
Well, I mean, there's always tools and everything around that you might as well have in ace in the hole.
There we go. That's a good one.
That's right, and everybody's ace in the hole can be different. So this is a new benefit We have a lot of people out there that's graduating college and looking for jobs. We got people that's graduated high school looking for jobs. Think about this from your benefits. There was a new plan put in place, the Secure 2.0, that had a lot of different opportunities for people. We know with this debt ceiling, some of the things that are coming out is what's been the deals and what's not been the deals. One thing that has been coming up is this student loan repayment plan is fixing to go away. So we're going to have people who have been pausing paying their student loans back are going to have to start paying back. But here is something for those of you that may be already working and have student loans, or if you're going into the workforce and you have student loans, here is part of the 2.0 plan that may benefit you. So here's something I want to encourage you to look at. It is a requirement that every employer starts to put you in a retirement plan. But their match can go toward your student loan. So for example, if I'm making $50,000 a year and they agree to match 3% of that, that's $1,500 a year. Well, that could be $1,500 either to go into my 401k or towards my student loans. Which is going to be more beneficial? It's really mathematical. What is your student loan interest rate? Because interest is costing you. Just like credit card interest, just like your mortgage interest, just like your car loan interest, it's costing you. If I buy that car for $10,000 and my interest rate is 8%, I'm paying more than $10,000 for that car. So look at your interest rate for your student loans. If your interest rate is honestly above 5, it's probably more beneficial for you to actually put it towards your student loan to get that off of your table so that you can put more into retirement later on. Put what you need to put in. Go ahead and enroll. Put that money back for you. Let your employer play that off. It is an opportunity to go in there and look and see what's available, because no matter what kind of economic society we're in, no matter what kind of economic environment we're in, no matter what the stock market does, the best course of investing is staying as far out of debt as you can, because then you don't owe anybody anything and you can control your money better.
Now, you mentioned those kids that are going to have to start paying their student loans back. Are they going to be charged the interest on loans that they did not, or is that going to be forgiven?
I think a lot of that's going to come out in a little more detail. I know Wednesday is when the House is going to vote on the deal, per se, and then it has to go to Congress. So a lot of these intricacies we don't really know, and if with any type of bill, it's probably 1,000 pages, facetiously. But so that's some things we're not sure yet. But we just know that as far as the handshake deal that McCarthy and the president made is that, it's going to have to start back. How do we know what to do and about the back interest rate and all that stuff? That's yet to be determined. But just be prepared, because it's coming. You got to always pay your debt back somehow, some way.
Yeah.
Even if we're not here anymore.
Yeah.
It's going to happen.
Yep. And I remember reading in Newsweek magazine that even if there was a nuclear war and there were survivors, the IRS is still going to come find you, pay your taxes. If you're still alive, you're going to pay your taxes. I remember that from Newsweek magazine. I thought it was a joke, but that was a real.
Yeah, I remember somebody very wise we were sitting around at the what I call the now the Roco in Ellenboro, with some very wise men, my grandfather and his friends, and one of them was talking about taxes, and he said, well, maybe I'll die before I get it all paid off. And another one looked at him and he said, don't matter. It don't matter. Somebody's going to pay it off. Somebody somehow is going to pay it off.
They're going to pay that big deal off.
That's right. So let's just stay out of debt as much as we can.
Yes, that, and don't buy anything too expensive right now.
Right, and then with inflation and everything, that's going to be a lot of things to keep on our radars. What are we going to do about this debt ceiling? How far is that deal going to go? Are we going to get interest rates to rise again? We don't know. They had kind of insinuated they was going to pause it, but the inflation shows to still be in effect right now. There's a lot of things going on, but you control your money.
If you don't have a 401k plan where you work, get in touch with Andrew Tisdale, and he can help you figure out how to have something to live on after you retire.
After you retire, how to build it before you retire, how to preserve it, That's just the main thing. It's your money. How do I control it? Because it's alive. It really is. It's going to go somewhere. My job is to help you control that.
And you can find Andrew at
828-429-7539.
Thank you, Andrew.
My pleasure.
For complete and professional auto service, visit Tri-City Tire. They care about their customers, and it shows. They offer complete auto services in brakes, alignments, tune-ups, oil changes, inspections, also lift kits, and of course, complete tire service. Also tires for commercial, farm tractors, and ATVs. They also carry mowers and power equipment by Red Max. Tri-City Tire Service, 221 Daniel Road in Forest City, or call 828-287-8778. Tri-City Tire Service, your local tire and auto service center. Compassion, professionalism, and commitment are qualities family members need at a time of sorrow. That's why families in Rutherford County turn to Harrelson Funeral Home. The